Hey y'all, it's your girl KaylaSimonee TV, and we're about to get into this video, but wait. Let me just give you a real quick recap of how this graduation weekend went. Hey y'all, it's your girl KaylaSimonee TV, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, you saw a glimpse of my graduation. Yes, I am a graduate student. I graduated from Clark Atlanta University. Yep. So I asked y'all to ask me some questions like Q&A, spicy, regular. Also, y'all asked about a little bit like of a college advice a little bit. So I'm gonna throw that in there with the questions and stuff. But yeah, I feel like let's not waste time. Oh, and also, if you're new to here, hi, my name is KaylaSimonee TV. I do vlogs, I do lifestyle vlogs, I do daily chats, I do story times, I do Q&As, I do all that fun stuff. Okay, so make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting my next video. So let's not waste no time and let's get straight into these questions. Just because I have all this stuff. Okay, so the first question was, have you ever, this is so funny, but so I asked the questions on Instagram and on Snapchat. So, you know, it's gonna be a mix of those two. But the first question was, be honest, have you ever had a crush on a professor? Never in my life have I ever had a crush on my professor. I literally see my professors as like a dad, or I see them as a mother. Like, they're oldest, no offense. Most of them don't be old, but I just feel like that's kind of weird. Like, ooh, professor, come and give me an A. Like, no, I'm not into that type of stuff. But what I would say is, make sure you are building connections with your professors, because as you graduate, as you go along, not only does your school give you good representatives, but your professors have connections too, duh. Think about it. If your professor is teaching the stuff that you learned in college and stuff like that, they're gonna have connections too. So make sure you do build those connections with your professors. But no, I have never had a crush on my professor. I think I never would. I wouldn't even never date my professor. Like, no, we gonna keep business is business. We never mix business and pleasure. So yeah, like a would you rather. They say, would you rather have a 4.0 GPA and no social life, or a chaotic GPA with wild memories? Honestly, this is honestly a hard one. Me personally, this is off of me. I'd rather have a 4.0 with no social life, and this is because I only say this because honestly, I believe in this thing like, work now and you can play later. Like, if I get everything done now, I'm not really a procrastinator, but if I get everything done now, I know that later I'll be able to play. I'll be able to have the money to play. I'll be able to do whatever I want, but to just get things done and then play later. So even though I feel like, honestly, make sure in college though, you have a balance. Like, for example, like, don't make everything work and don't make everything play. You want to make sure you have that balance. I say this to like all the people who are coming into college, or if you're coming into college, make sure you do have that balance, because you also want to have good grades and you want to have a good GPA, just in case you go to master college, like you get your master's, or just in case, you know, jobs look at that too. But also make sure you're having fun, make sure you're having memories, make sure you're socializing, make sure you're conversating with everyone, because honestly, the people you meet in college are also gonna be the people like you have a connection with kind of like the rest of your life. It's really you like going into adulthood and finding your adulthood friends. So yeah, I would rather have a 4.0 GPA and then play later, but in real life, make sure you have a balance of the play, and then make sure you have a balance of the, you know, the work and play. So the question was, oh, this was another would you rather. So would you rather be caught cheating on a test or cheating in a relationship? Man, cheating on a test? Because at the end of the day, let's not act like we ain't never cheat on no test. So I'm not saying cheat on the test, but I'm saying like a test is a paper. A paper doesn't have feelings. A person has feelings. Okay? I'm not about to do that to a person. A person has feelings. Like, what kind of question is that? I'd rather cheat on the test. I'm gonna do something that benefits me. I'm gonna cheat in my relationship or cheat with a person and not benefit. No. Plus that person has feelings. Paper doesn't. So yeah, that was a pretty easy one. Yeah. How many situationships did you get into before your relationship? I would say only for real like 2. First of all, it's a crazy story. So the first person that I had a situationship, he freaking ghosted me anyway. He changed his number. Like, it was so weird because we were vibing, we were cooling and all that stuff. He wanted he wanted to do extra stuff and I was not with that extra stuff. Like, I'm a picky person. Like, you don't have to come at me correct or don't come at me at all. But, yeah. And he was Sagittarius. Y'all Sagittarius crazy. I'm just playing. I'm a Leo. I love Sagittarius. But, Sagittarius. But yeah, he was my first one, but he was like 24, I was 18. I already had a feeling like something was going on. I ended up snooping after he like ghosted me, changed his number. I feel like he had a whole girlfriend. I'm not sure about that, but it was giving iffy because like he did take me to like, you know, place before, but I was just like, he wanted to do the extra stuff after. I wasn't with it. So I think that's really what it was. He was really trying to get some coochie. He was really trying to get some coochie, but no, I didn't do it to him. So that was that one. And then there was another situationship. We were supposed to be in a relationship, but I really don't count that. It lasted 3 months. And then after that, it was turmoil. It was toxicity. So yeah. And then, you know, that next year I found my boo. But yeah, so I wasn't really in that much situationships. I mean, people tried to talk to me and stuff, but if I ain't going for it, I ain't going for it. But yeah, crazy how I got ghosted. And then the crazy thing is he changed his number and then he tried to come back and tell me like, oh, I needed to focus on myself. I was focusing on my track company. No, you just had a lot going on and you didn't want to tell the truth, okay? Okay. All right, next question. What's your favorite broke college meal? I would say chicken ramen noodles and boiled 2 eggs. Put it up. And you got a good old broke college meal. I swear, I mean, that would do it every time. Like, just ramen, chicken noodle ramen, put it in the microwave. I do 4 to 5 minutes, let it sit, boil them eggs, 10 minutes, put up in there, put the chicken seasoning on the noodles and on the egg. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. Yeah. Did you prefer going to class looking busted, basically, or looking like dolled up? I'm not gonna lie, I'ma always go to class looking dolled up. I don't know, I was raised to be a person who has to always get ready, do your hair, do your makeup, dress nice, no matter what the event is, no matter what it is. Like, I just always been the person to just like, you know, get done up. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm a Leo, a triple Leo, so I'm just like, I need to be done up before I do anything, before I go anywhere. So yeah, I always went to college done up, honestly, like, cause I'm grown. Like, plus I feel like being in Atlanta and going to Clark, it's like you never know what's gonna happen. You will never know who you're gonna see. You never know what YouTube video you're gonna be in. You don't know nothing. So I ain't gonna lie, I was done up. Question is, what's the pettiest argument you've had? Honestly, there was this one girl in freshman year that I was close with. And I feel like something petty that could have been freaking fixed, honestly. It was just like, I feel like she was kind of on me too much. Like, we were close in the beginning of freshman year. Like, we were the closest and we kind of made it to sophomore year. But as I kept getting close to other friends and other people, she kind of would like get jealous. Like, I remember one time we were in the lunchroom and I started talking to this new girl. Me and this new girl were still cool, and she was kind of mad that I was sitting with her, and I literally said, come over here, like, do you want to come to lunch? Because I didn't know she went to lunch during that time. Every other day we go to lunch, we always go to lunch together. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm with my friends, so I'm talking, you know, I'm not really on my phone is gone, and I'm just like, and I see her, I'm like, oh, come up here. I said, hey, you want to come here? And she never came to the table, and I was just like, okay. So I feel like that was kind of like petty. I feel like we could have really talked that out, and I could have just been like, you know, what's wrong and stuff. But instead, she did send me a paragraph, but it was kind of like rude in a way, so I never texted back. So I feel like that was kind of like the most pettiest argument I had. Like, girl, what? How was life in college, and was it hard to find love? Life in college, like, life in college is really what you make it. If you don't go out and socialize, don't expect to have a social life. If you don't study, don't expect to really pass a test. You know, if you don't join clubs, expect to be just a little bit bored, unless like you're just busy with work and stuff like that. Honestly, college for me, I would rate it like an 8. And I would say the pros is I met new people, I made new connections, I danced, I acted in a play. I feel like I did a lot of fun stuff. The only thing I would say like that I didn't like about college that I feel like I would never like is really like the workload a little bit. But honestly, the workload has taught me to have good time management and to be able to time things correct and time everything and do this and do that. And it really taught me how to be an adult for real, because you know, after college, after you graduate, you're in adult life. You know, people go through post-grad life. Some people know what they're doing, some people don't know what they're doing, some people are in the middle of doing what they're about to do. So really, honestly, college is what you make it at the end of the day. It really depends on you. Because I met some extroverts and they're like, yeah, I found friends, and I met some introverts and they're like, oh, I didn't really care for college because, like, you know, I didn't really have a social life. But really, college is what you make of it. You make the connections. You have to put yourself out there. You have to go here. You have to go there. You have to talk to your professors. Everything is really on you. So I basically say it's what you make it. And what I made it was probably an 8. So yeah. Oh yeah. Then the second question was it hard to find love? Honestly, for me, I feel like freshman year, I really just didn't care about finding anyone. I didn't care about a relationship because I'm like, it's freshman year of college. Who is really taking who serious? Everyone's new, everyone's filling each other out. So in freshman year, I really wasn't worried about a relationship. But you know, as you talk to people, as you get to know people, you know, I found a boo. That was out of luck because I was like so tired of dating life and all that stuff. But I would just say, I feel like it is a little tricky during freshman year because everybody's trying to mess with everybody. But I feel like as you go into college and you find more people who are, unless you find a person who's already looking for a relationship, but if you find people who are looking for a relationship, you start to find people who want like a partnership and to grow together. I feel like that's when it gets a little bit easier. But overall, baby, love life in general is tricky. I feel like middle school, high school, college, after college, all of that is tricky. So yeah, that is my answer to that. That was all the questions for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Welcome. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when's the next video and when it's coming out. And honestly, I've been having fun, y'all. Please, some more things from me. Let me know. 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 Okay. But let me, y'all. Make sure you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay confident. Stay strong. See you in the next video. Okay? Okay? Okay. Let's get it.
Such thing as a life that's better than